try connecting before, like the call first before connecting it to OBS and all of that big shit. So let's actually get the call working.
Is it working now?
Hey!
Hey!
What did you do?
Yes.
Haha!
What did you do?
We're right there!
Oh my gosh, technology. I'm horrible. I just.
Was this thing on mute?
It muted you, it muted me, like my phone audio.
Like everything was just muted. Okay,
It's
now
okay, it's not
we
gonna
need
be
you to
any
turn
better.
your volume up, eh?
My volume.
Yes, please.
If you have any way to turn your mic volume up.
Okay, cool. Okay, let me just connect and speak through these.
Yeah, that's gonna be clearer.
Yeah.
Be like a little stew.
Awesome.
Is that better?
Yes.
You guys are like singing.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So we live right now. We with the people. We are during the people.
On tube.
So yeah, we're streaming this live to YouTube. Just let me get this a little bit better. Yeah. We're streaming this live to our YouTube. This is the M.I.A. podcast, episode 2. So last week we had Bongani Dube on. We're just talking about his comedy and jokes. Yes, Soseka made us laugh.
Yeah. So now we're having this is a recap with you, really, a recap interview, because we've had an interview with you. However, we can't put that content out, and it's a disclaimer that we are going to be putting out later. But we did have like differences with the venue owner, and we'd used the venue name kind of to name the podcast and all of that. So we're doing a whole rebranding for everyone who's aware of the Blaze Cafe podcast that we were doing. It's a rebrand now. We're doing the M.I.A. And this is finally Veenus' episode.
Yeah, we in the building.
Yeah.
Welcome to Veenus. I don't have my Don DeMarco set up. You see, welcome to Veenus. Welcome, dude. So let's just pretend like our first conversation didn't take place.
And that we don't know you
Okay.
and what you're about, and that we don't know that you're a dope fucking vocalist.
So take us back from the top of your journey, dude. So tell us where you're from and what you're about, man. Let the people know.
Cool, man. Firstly, shout out to you guys for
Yeah.
M.I.A. We need this. We need platforms like this. But yeah, man, from the beginning, my name is Veliswa Mehana. Born Cape Town, raised Joburg, and I sing because I've been doing music my whole life. I started in choirs, primary school, and then I did like a lot of like random stuff, like anything they threw my way. Everybody had to learn like the recorder and stuff.
Yeah.
So some kids wouldn't take to it. You hated it. It's like burp, burp. I was like, let me. So I just took everything in my stride, really, that was creative. So like drama, into house plays and stuff. I loved it.
The fun
So and then
all the fun stuff.
You know what I mean? Exactly. All the fun stuff. And then in high school, same thing, but like on steroids. And that's when I chose to study voice as an instrument. So I got classical training. Through the Association of Royal Schools of Music.
Oh shit! So you actually studied? You studied the singing shit. It's not just okay. Listen, I can do this, and here we go. 1, 2, do it.
No. Yeah, from like 14 Yeah, I did it for 4 years. I studied it through high
Four
Oh,
school,
you
years,
study
dude.
for four
got to
years.
grade 6.
Damn, bro.
Damn it. Wait,
That's a lot.
question. I'm presuming you already knew that you could sing before you decided to go study this, right?
Yeah, my mom and I
Some
took a very calculated guess.
okay, from someone like me who really has no interest in going to study that kind of stuff. Although yes, I have a bit of background in like things like choir and stuff like that. But like how was that transition? Like learning the different techniques and all of that to based on or rather versus what you already knew.
Mm, I think I was truly a blank slate when I got to high school in terms of my singing. I sang in choirs, but I had never actually heard myself as a soloist until like grade 7.
Mm.
Um, and then when I did that solo, my mom and I had to sit down and choose subjects, and
Yeah.
then music was there. And then it was the decision of like learning a new instrument completely or enhancing the instrument that I just discovered I had. You know what I mean? So my mom and I were like, listen, you just learned that you can sing on your own and that your voice has the ability to stand out, right?
Uh-huh.
So invest in that or completely start from scratch with like piano or violin or whatever, because I knew I
Wait, do
wanted
you
to
play
do
any musical instruments other than voice?
not really. I try play keys. I'm not that great yet, but
Yeah.
that's being
I
self-taught
mean,
like now as an
I
adult.
saw a clip that you dropped now during quarantine with you playing keys and stuff. So you're saying you can,
Yeah.
but you're not great at it.
I'm not great at it. I'm good enough to write songs,
Ah,
not play
yeah.
them.
Nah, I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. So tell us a little bit about the Hummingbird EP. Why the title? What inspired the name?
Woo, Hummingbird is like my baby, guys. Yo, that EP. I wrote it. Yoo!
Wait, so you wrote all those songs yourself, eh?
Yeah, everything is self-written and self-composed actually on that EP.
Okay.
And then like executive composition came through later with Zeus on guitar.
With
And
Zeus,
then
eh?
he
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, but the EP itself was born 2015 when I had just moved out of home, and the title Hummingbird is because hummingbirds are small, but they have such an important job. Oh shucks, guys, so
Oh, Dan
sorry.
DeMarco.
Yo,
Be, be, be,
how
be, be,
real?
be.
So real. Oh
Um,
my god. Sorry.
Yes, you
you
say.
okay? Yeah, you're saying about hummingbirds?
Yeah, so hummingbirds are so small. Oh my god, stop it. Oh my god. Guys,
I
I
don't
think
think
this
your
is
phone
dead.
vibes with the birds, man.
Yeah, your
This dead?
phone's not trying to
I think
Maybe
leave
it's a
the
let us
birds out
know.
of
conversation.
this.
No ways. No ways. This is better. Okay. Yeah, no. Hummingbirds are so small, but they have such a vital job,
Uh
Mm.
huh.
in within the ecosystem. And
Wait, what is their job within the ecosystem?
I mean, they fly around pollen. Their main thing is like pollen. They go from different flowers, basically spreading the seeds and the
Pollinate them,
pollen
yeah.
of different flowers. So basically, they pollinate. They're part of the pollination process.
Huh.
And
Okay.
so, and also, fun fact, they like wings fly, like they're the fastest wings like in
Yeah.
nature.
Oh,
Like
like
that's why,
the flappitude.
exactly. And the
Yeah.
wings themselves are the ones that make the humming noise while they do this
Mm.
important work.
Okay. Okay. You see, you learn something new every day. Shit.
Exactly. So, I mean, this important work, exactly their purpose, and the main, you know, thing needed to conduct their purpose is the one thing that is their hum, that is their sound, within this world.
Huh.
So, hummingbird was like a call to myself as
Yeah.
well as everybody else to hum, to get up, understand who you are,
Yeah.
your place in yourself, in the world that you take up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We're not saying be a superhero or whatever, but take up space in your own world and
Mm-hmm.
make your own mark, make your own sound. Hum. Be brave enough to flap your wings and hum.
Mm.
You know. So I had to tell myself that when I started writing this EP. Like when I wrote "Hello Hummingbird," the last song on the EP, I actually wrote it first, which is why I named the EP that, because it speaks to the entire message. Like, you've worked this hard to build a self-confidence, you know?
Yeah.
And I was dealing with hella self-talk, like gang, like
Wait,
on
you were
myself.
dealing with what? Please say that again.
I was dealing with negative self-talk.
Oh,
a lot of it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that happens
So I
though,
needed.
like, I think that's not just you. That's like a general artists go through, you know what I mean?
100%. And that's exactly why after Hello Hummingbird was like me telling myself to get up and do what I need to do. And then immediately after, the second song I wrote was The Free, which is the first song on the EP.
Yeah.
And that was like an ode to our generation, an ode to every artist, every creative, to be like, listen, we're the bold, we're the free, and we're chosen by time. We have no reason why we were born at this time in the universe, at this place, doing this thing, but we are chosen, you know, to be those hummingbirds, you know, to take our creativity, take what we generate and just spread it and make other people bold enough to do that. So
when did you start writing the project itself, Hummingbird?
How old is Hummingbird?
Yeah, I guess I'm asking that. Yeah, how old is it?
First song was written 2015. Yeah. First song written 2015. The EP itself got recorded last year. Last year, June.
Okay.
That's when I finally got it done.
Nice.
And I had been trying to record it all that time. All those years. I had like...
And exactly what you mean.
Live trying to record it. At some point, we got to a point where we were like, we're just going to record it off the sound desk and be like, put it out there. Because finding studio time, I didn't have the money. I was a full-time student, so I can't pay for studio time. But I had the songs in my heart, and they had been written for over like 2 years. So they were literally like burning a hole inside me, you know? Yeah, and then something was like, you know, just bring people together and record it live, because that's the heart of the EP anyway. It's being vulnerable.
I want to ask you. There's a jam you did called Superstar Dreams. It says now you did this 7 months ago. My question is, why is it so vastly different from the stuff that we know you for? Like, because you performed at one of our events at the First Thursdays, right? And you did an acoustic set with your guitarist. Now, the music you did there was more like message driven and all of that. This Superstar Dream sounds like a groovers. Sounds like such a jam. Sounds like a banger. So I want to know, like, what is this contrast in your writing, and how do you go through it? How do you decide, okay, I want to do this type of song with this type of message on this type of beat and all of that kind of stuff?
Honestly, I can be deep all the time. I've been told that, like, my sound is very melancholy, and I realized that about myself. I love minor keys and like slow tempos and things like that. So making a song like Superstar Dreams was great because I also love dance and electro infused stuff, you know, especially if there's hip hop in it and like heavy bass. And you know, so it, like artists like K Trinada, for example, are always an influence. But because my influences are so vast, I kind of have to explore those sides to my music right now, especially because I'm growing musically. I have to explore them within different tracks, different projects. So Superstar Dreams was my first released studio recorded song. And I wanted a vibey track.
Studio recorded song, so your other stuff's done live, eh?
Yeah, the whole EP's live.
I see the song is produced by Skinnies, dog. You worked with the Skinny ones.
Yeah, before he bowed.
Who do you mean by Igro? I have a homie named Igro from Zambia.
Yeah, who lives in Pretoria.
Wait, it's the same Igro.
It's the same Igro.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Tell us about the homecoming experience, dude. We saw that you got to perform at Homecoming Africa. What was that like?
Yeah. Incredible, guys. I can't even like...
How did you
say
go
the whole
about?
process.
Yeah. How did you go about getting this the stage time? Because I see there was a bit of a competition, eh?
Yeah, so Homecoming runs a competition called Artist on the Rise.
Uh huh.
It's a great platform. Ecro actually put me onto it, and he was like,
Oh,
"Dude, you got
okay.
to submit for this thing." And Superstar Dreams at that point wasn't even out, but we had to like drop it on SoundCloud so that they could hear it, and I could basically submit for the competition. And
Okay.
once they heard the track, they shortlist, and then there's like 3 rounds. So on the first day, it basically takes like a whole 2 days of a weekend. On the Friday, you arrive and you perform once, right?
Yeah.
And then they shortlist again. So they cut people off. So these are like a mixture. They're looking for DJs, MCs, and vocalists,
Yeah.
Ah.
bands, solo artists. It doesn't matter. Like as long as you're dope, which is like totally respect that about them,
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
competition. So I went through the competition process. On the second day, they announced the winners who get to perform on the stages at the festival.
Yeah.
Um, I got to the final stage, and then they came through with the names, and I was like the first one called, and I was
Nice.
probably the only vocalist. So I was like, woo!
Wait, you were
And
the
I got
only
main
vocalist
stage.
out of the people called?
Yeah, the
Swag.
rest were MCs, DJ. Yeah, I was the only one who sang,
Damn.
pretty much.
Damn, that's dope.
Dude,
Yeah,
why do you
so
not have more shit online? Like videos and stuff. We need to see more of you and doing what you
Yeah,
do,
what is your
man.
plan visually,
What's
like with
going on
your
with that?
with your current music?
the perfect question to ask. So right now, I'm on a visual journey, like in terms of, oh, guys, when you start this industry, you
Yeah.
like, I want to get into this, I want to do what I love, and that's what Hello Hummingbird was, right? Then
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
identify like a fan base, and then you realize that you have to expand the brand. It has to be more than V can sing, and now she calls herself Veenus, So
Yeah, I
it needs
feel you.
exactly, and that transition is something that I had to start navigating since the EP and since Superstar Dreams, especially since the Homecoming performance. So at the moment, I'm in the process of visually branding. Um,
Huh.
I'm sure like you guys have seen me drop on Instagram
Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
the video like of the it's like a visual bio so people can understand why I chose the name Venus
Yeah,
and all of that
I
stuff.
saw more than anything it was this song that you did with Sui. What's it
Set
called?
me
Set Me
free.
Free.
Yes, and that's all a part of the branding process. So I think visually I'm leaning towards a really natural feel, and
Uh-huh.
until I nail that down, I'm exploring with the elements. I did Earth on Instagram. I did a shoot for Earth, and that was a portrait themed shoot. So visually, I'm just kind of exploring, also seeing what people like,
Yeah.
um, and in terms of the music consumption as well as the visual consumption, then it'll give me a better idea how to navigate music videos. What does my fan base
Wait,
instead
so have
take to?
we're not seeing any on your
Have you
YouTube. Have
shot any
you
or any out?
have you shot any videos yet?
No visuals yet. I'm trying to see which songs people are going to gravitate towards too, because there's a lot of drops that I'm planning. Set Me Free was one of the first with
Yeah.
Sui, but there's more stuff coming from that collaboration. I've got singles in the pipeline with producers like Trinsic and things like that. So because I'm also exploring my sound, I
Yeah.
want to put the music out there so people can hear it. And then
And
the
then
ones
they
that
can
get like a
decide.
better response, yeah, they can decide. And I can then provide a
That's
visual for
smart.
a
That's
Mm.
smart. That's kind of what we
that
did.
want
You
it.
know what I mean? We dropped
Let the
out
people choose
first
the single.
album, yeah, and then we went around the country, and then everybody was like, "Yeah, this song, that's dope, that's dope."
That's amazing.
So
Exactly.
let's talk about "Set Me Free." How did it come about? What is the song about? What are you talking about on the actual track? You know?
So Set Me Free was a track that I walked into a studio session. It was actually Lenzo's studio session that
Mm.
Sui and I like woke up after like recording through the night,
Uh
and it
huh.
was him. It was his sesh, and the producer KS Go. was kind of mumbling the hook, you know. And I was like, what are you saying? And he was saying set me free, probably because it was, I don't know why. Maybe it was because it was catchy. Maybe it was something
Yeah.
he was feeling at the time, but he came up with the line. And then to collaborate, essentially we just all took the line and interpreted it the way we wanted to at that time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, the beat is beautiful. And Lenzo's voice, I heard Lenzo's voice that session, and I was like, if I leave here without a song with this guy, I think I'll pass out. Such a beautiful voice. And like, I was like, let's do it. And the three of us were in the room with Kay, and it happened like that. I wrote the first verse, and then Sui wrote. First verse is like, yeah, I wrote about myself. I wrote about myself.
I
I
see what you're talking about here with this visual diary thing, but this looks like a 5-minute clip from a show, hey? Is this from a performance?
Yeah, that was the visuals from the EP.
Oh, okay.
That is, yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, man. So, like, clearly this lockdown shit has had a huge impact on every single type of artist out there right now. I want to know, how are you dealing with this whole situation? Do you still have like plans to do online shows? What's your plan? What's your plan within these coming few months to be like moving your music?
Because I mean,
and
things are not going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, we kind of locked down. So I want to know what are you saying, man? How do you feel? What are you doing? How can your fans get a hold of your music? Get a hold of you in general?
I am totally trying to get on as many screens and as many visual and online stages as possible. I shot a performance yesterday, actually. I'm going to be dropping, links to that content.
Is this
it's going to be
just
dropping
you
on
performing?
YouTube. I'm performing with my cousin, Prof. He's also a musician from Western Cape Town. Yeah. So we both did that. So I'm doing quite a few pre-shot performances.
So wait, this is songs from the new stuff that's going to be coming out, right?
The content, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's still going to drop. I've done that. So really, I'm trying to collaborate as much as I can because it's tough. I have no equipment at home. I can't record. I can't even do real visuals. I literally have myself and a keyboard, So I have to do a little bit of dodgy things to even create content, which is a real problem. I have to be driving dirty in the streets just to be able to give something out there,
Yeah.
But people just you guys, Homecoming is also doing Artists on the Rise showcase next week.
Dope.
So that's gonna be dope. They asked me to be a part of that. That's amazing. So that's pretty much all I rely on. It's for people with the equipment and the ability, to help artists like me who really can't release anything better than a video.
Slide into the DMs after this.
But,
you definitely need to slide into the DMs.
Yeah, 1000%. Girl,
I feel like you've met Sherman.
Yeah. Well, what was it like working with Sui actually?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear us? Oh, this thing's glitching.
There was a bit of a connection problem there.
There's a heavy glitch.
There's a very heavy glitch. We wanted to ask, how was your experience working with Sui? Because Sui's also a homie of ours from AS that we met at ASE, man. Very, very, very legit. Man. So, yeah.
Know everybody. Like? You guys, you're cool. You're too cool. But Sui's he's a beautiful person, man. Super talented. I met him just before he recorded M.I.A Music, the first EP that he dropped. Actually, I met him 2015, and he wasn't even doing music then, but he was at UJFM, I think. And
then he was at UJFM for a minute, yeah.
Yeah, then we reconnected just before he did M.I.A Music, Makes Me Moody. And then from then it was like I did backup vocals on In My Hood, a track on the EP. From then it was like a natural gravitation towards
Yeah.
each
Okay.
other. We would
So do you
be,
guys have any more music together, or was it just this one song?
we've got time.
Oh, you have a
We've got
lot,
so
eh?
much. Yeah,
So when is
yeah,
it
it's one
coming
of those
out?
things. It's coming. I need to set me free. Still needs to be listened to. People, please listen to Set Me Free, please. But there's a lot of stuff in the pipeline with Sui and I. It's a real collaboration that is going to be fruitful. It already
Yeah.
has begun to be fruitful. Music is coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. But also with this lockdown, we have to like rethink
Hey, the
drops.
worldwide
What's your
lockdown,
Um,
guys'
fam.
process actually? Like who writes, who comes up with the music, or do you guys sit and pick beats and like write your own separate things and decide, okay, this is a song now? How do you guys work?
our main process so far has been in collaboration with producers. So we'll
Ah,
be at a studio session together, and
Yeah.
then like K Esco will like play a beat usually, and we don't have any process, which is why he gets like equal credit, royalty wise, recognition wise, because he's made the beat, and then
Yeah.
we're songwriters, and we're performing artists. So I
Wait,
write,
is he the
he
only
writes the
producer that you work
beat.
with, or do you have like other producers that you're working
No,
with?
no, I'm working with other producers. It's Eco and Skinny. Like Eco was my first producer that I worked with, like
Yeah.
straight
that's
off the
still a
bat.
crazy story
First
for
time I
me.
was in
That's still a
studio.
very crazy story for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh at you both when I see you in person.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And then there's also I'm working with Versatile Beats as well.
Yeah.
Um yeah, and there's Trinsic as well. There's yeah, guys, if I could tell you, last year, at the end of last year, with coming off of homecoming and everything, I met so many talented producers, heard so much of their stuff,
Yeah.
and
I
it's
mean, did
been,
they approach
thank God,
you,
like an ongoing
or
relationship.
like did it just happen?
Superstar Dreams actually brought me some producers. That's why there's a flip by a
Ah,
producer called Majid, on SoundCloud of Superstar Dreams. So the music, some of them came to me. Some of them were people introducing me to people. Like
Yeah.
Sui's been a main plug. Like Sui's been great. I've met so many crazy producers through him. So it's just been through people, and yeah, the music.
Yo, what's
Some
your
do come.
SoundCloud
Some
handle? I'm
come.
trying to bring up your SoundCloud right now.
It should be Venus Music.
Venus Music. Hey, the all cap. Why am I in all caps right now? Oh, there's so many Venus Musics.
Underscore TFH.
Oh, okay, like it is on your social media, hey?
like everywhere.
Yeah, it should
Score
be.
TFH. No, I'm losing right now.
Nah, are you losing?
Yeah, yeah. You need to send me a link. You need to send me a link because we've got the
Rather.
Yeah, when we
YouTube.
want to share these links to everyone
But
who
we'll put it
watches,
in the
man.
description later. Just text me the link and then we'll put up all of the links to your stuff and have it in the description.
Will
Um.
do. Shout out, guys. And the links to all the songs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Random
So
question.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
was your favorite show to perform at?
Yeah. Out of the ones that you've done.
Whew. Just like, I mean, Homecoming has to be like number one. It was like the biggest stage I've ever done in my life. So,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah. But
I mean,
there
it
were
looks
so
dope because it's the
many.
first time I'm seeing you with a full band as well. The
Yeah.
entire sound makes sense.
Yeah, it was an epic experience, and also being backstage and on stage from soundcheck. The whole experience was
Was that the first time
surreal.
you've ever been on a stage like that, like with that type of quality to sound, especially? Cause
Yeah.
I know we've been through a shitload of crap when it comes to the Zan's juice, especially in the club gigs where the sound is just
Eh,
feeding and everything sounds terrible. So yeah.
Uh, it was an incredible. I mean, they asked me, like the back through the LCD screen at the back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're like dimensions and stuff. Well, honestly, if I didn't have Shali, like shout out the color Shali, that's a handle. She does my visuals, and if I didn't have her, I wouldn't know what is happening. Like
Yeah.
that was honestly the biggest stage. Was like,
No,
it was
that's
crazy.
bunk.
The lights even blew me away. I had a real moment. So that was for me like a shot into the future, you know.
And I'm guessing that was like an hour's
And
set, right? How long was the set?
it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
But I think we pushed it to like 45.
Nice.
They tried to cut me off before Superstar Dreams, and I was dropping Superstar Dreams at midnight the next like day. So I was like, if I
yeah,
don't
nah,
perform
you
the
have to
song,
Nice,
then come
yeah.
perform.
on.
Yeah, you have
This
to
is
But
why,
they were
perform.
yeah.
gracious enough to let me do it.
No, man, that's so dope.
It's dope, dude. Thank you so much for the conversation. We really appreciate artists like you that are willing to at least chat to us, share your stories. It's real unique, it's real authentic, and yeah, just salute to you for being who you are. You know what I mean?
And thank you for doing this interview,
Salute,
part
guys.
2.
Yeah, thank you for agreeing to do this
Yeah. The
again with
first one
us,
was
man.
so much longer. I feel like we know why.
Yeah,
But it
Listen,
was
no, we don't have to
so
say that in
much
public.
longer.
Listen, that's a time that's passed in our lives now. We're better. We've grown now.
we're better people.
I know. I'm looking at you guys. I'm like, look at them. The good kids in their room.
Let's not say this in front of the people. You don't have to do this like this.
Dude, thank you
You
so
Oh,
don't.
but
much.
for real,
And
guys, thank you for Made in Africa, dude. I'm so passionate about putting spotlight on African artists, and like you guys,
Oh,
shout out
that's
to
something
you.
we
yeah,
didn't mention, but yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to you for doing that. I mean, I've heard that it's almost like consistent throughout all of your music. You have that thing about Africa and just growth and empowerment and all that kind of stuff, which is really dope. To everyone watching, please go check out Veenus. It's Veenus Music _
If
TFH.
yeah.
The
Yes,
shit is
yes,
fire.
on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere.
Bam,
We'll
bam,
drop
bam,
the
bam, bam,
links.
bam, bam,
Thank you so
bam.
much for this.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you to everybody
Away.
watching. Thank you,
Away.
beautiful soul.
We
Yes, it's
out.
Veenus.
All right. So, thank you guys for tuning in to the M.I.A podcast, episode 2. That was Veenus.
If you missed the first one, it was with Bongani Dube.
Yeah.
Please go check that shit out. It was super
Subscribe.
hilarious.
Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Go check out our beat making videos. Go check out our free beats and shit.
And we'll be back next week
And
with
our
another
music.
podcast.
We'll be back. Yeah.